What's up, everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of Casters of Horror. I'm Chris Mess.
I'm Shane, and today we revisit the Insidious franchise to close the Red Door.
The Red Door. Yes,
Indeed.
this is the what is said to be the final chapter of the Lambert family.
Yeah.
And yeah, we once again revisit Josh Lambert and his family, and Dalton and Renee and the other kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, all them. This
I
is
actually,
set.
I actually thought it was kind of neat that Ty Simpkins, who played Dalton, got the lead credit on this.
Yeah. And this one was actually not only starring Patrick Wilson from the other Insidious films playing Josh.
Yeah.
It was also directed by as well.
Yep. I believe this is his directorial debut.
This one was also written by Lee Wanell, who wrote the other Insidious films. I'm not for sure. Did James Wan, was he a producer on this one at all or no?
Yeah, he was one of the producers.
He was? Okay.
Lee Wanell helped write the story.
Okay.
But it was also written and then the screenplay by Scott Teems. So I don't know if Winnell had like a bit of a smaller role in writing this one or what. It's not really clear.
Yeah, I haven't heard exactly specifically. Lee Winnell played Specs in the other films. Short little cameo in this one.
Yeah,
we'll spoil that. Short little cameo in this one, Specs. But anyway, I was like, hey,
yay!
But let's go ahead and jump on into this film. This one is set, 9 years? 9 years later?
Yeah, 9 years.
9 years later.
From Insidious 2, from the end of Insidious 2.
Yes, from the second one. The family has basically fallen apart after their brains had been wiped clean from the voodoo magic that was done on them. I'm totally drawing a blank. They used the tick, 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 tick. They were hypnotized. That's the word I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for. They were hypnotized, and it erased the whole year of Dalton being in a coma. And this is kind of them struggling with what happened during that year, while the rest of the family knows, but Dalton and Josh don't. So Dalton is going off to college, and something triggers the memories once again in him. And we see that they're kind of messing with Josh as well. So, the story was not over for them. And the creature behind the red door was still after him. So anyway, what were thoughts on this film, sir? Now, for you guys who don't know, Shane had seen the first Insidious film.
Yeah.
Long time ago in a galaxy far
probably
away.
Around the time that it came out, not too long after it actually came out. I caught it on one of the streaming services, probably Netflix.
And you ended up binging the whole series. If you guys haven't checked out his last episode of Shane's Brain, he talks a little bit about his Insidious dive.
Yeah. And I honestly, I have no idea why I never watched any of the others, because I loved the first one.
Exactly.
Honestly, one of my favorite horror films. And then just never watched any of the others.
Yeah.
So,
brilliant series, by the way. If you guys haven't checked out the whole series, you guys need to check the whole series out. It is fantastic. But anyway, so what were your thoughts going into this one? What were your thoughts coming out of this one? Where are we sitting? Because Dalton's grown up at this point. He's going into college. The grandmother's just died.
Yeah.
We'll spoil that much at least
Well,
for you
it's
guys.
literally the opening scene of the movie. So
Yeah. And it's the family coping with all these changes
yeah,
basically that's going on.
yeah,
Um, I love the universe that this is in. I
hmm
love the further. I love all of this sort of stuff. What uh, I'm gonna let you talk finally.
okay.
I just keep
So
talking over you.
so I'll start. You asked what were my thoughts going
So
in,
this is
and
brilliant. I love.
yeah, I actually want to get your take on this too.
Yeah,
My thoughts going into this one is that this is a direct sequel to my least favorite film in the franchise. So
the second one.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
and the second, which I know I'm in the minority there, but I actually did like 3 and 4 more than I liked the second one. The
3 and 4
second
were great.
one is a movie that I felt didn't need to exist in the first place because the first one had such a fantastic ending,
Hmm.
and then they did it anyway, and I feel like kind of messed up the story. But I still liked the second one. That's not, this is like the Scream movies, where in my opinion there are no bad ones.
Yeah.
Right? There are just ones that I like less. So going into this, it was already following up on a story that I wished that they had just left alone in the first place.
Yeah.
But so before I go on like how I came out of it, I actually want to know what your thoughts were going into this one.
My thoughts going into it was like, I'm so excited for a new Insidious film,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
one.
yeah. Well, I'm with you
Um,
on that.
Now, when I do have to preface this. When I walked into the theater, they didn't have any of the lights on.
Okay.
Okay. And the movie wasn't starting for another like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
but there were no lights on. And I could tell that there were people in there, but they weren't making any noise. So I go walking in, I'm like, this is like the further, and then so I turned on the flashlight on my phone and people start giggling. They're like, "Yee." And then one guy, he was like, man, because he came in, did the same thing. He's like, man, I hope nobody comes jumping out at me. He goes, that'd be messed up.
Yeah.
That'd be
Nice.
messed up. So and then finally, once we were seated for a while, then finally they turned some lights on. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, no, I was really, really excited for this film. My take on the order of the films is a little bit different than yours.
Uh-huh.
Um, uh, but going into this one, I was very, very excited to come back into the world, into their world again.
Yeah.
To see where they would take it again. Did I feel like it was necessary to jump back into their world? Not so much.
Yeah.
When I was going into it, but I was interested to see what they would do with it.
Yeah. I would
Um,
argue it would have been less necessary if they hadn't done the second one. But since they did,
yeah,
it's like, well, no, I actually think this is a good idea to kind of go in and close the book on this family, at the very least.
yeah.
So,
And see,
yeah,
I thought at the end of the second one that they closed it fairly well. So I
yeah,
was like, but anyway, so you actually posted your rankings
yeah,
on Twitter, Instagram, and if you guys aren't following him on Threads, follow him on Threads. You can follow me there. It's the same, his same stuff on Instagram and Twitter. It's the
yeah,
same on Threads. Same with mine. Um, so you what a mess and Alone in the Snark for
yeah,
him. But
yeah.
yeah,
So
go ahead. And,
I posted my just a photo of the red door with the numbers 1, 4, 3, 5, 2. So that is my ranking after seeing these. I do place the fifth one above the second one just because I had a lot of issues with the second one, mainly in that we've discussed before like my love of like Lovecraftian horror and how it
mhm,
has there's mystery to it. And I felt like the second one just delved a little bit too deeply into the inner workings of the afterlife, I guess. Took away a lot of that mystery for me.
yeah,
And so, despite my problems with this film, which I do have several, I still put it above the second one for me. I think it was a little bit better, at least for what I wanted out of a movie.
yeah.
I did like it a little bit better than the second one, but I still feel like there's quite a bit of a gap for me between the third and the fourth one, and then this one.
I would
So
have to say that my rankings would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
really,
Um,
okay.
Stating that 1, 2, 3, and 4, probably 1 being number 1, 2, 3, and 4 being number 2, and 5 being the last one. So that's kind of where my thoughts are on these ones. Honestly, I thought that 5, when I was even sitting there watching it, I was going, this film was unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah,
This film was highly unnecessary. Did I enjoy myself? Yes.
yeah,
But did I find that it was unnecessary? Yes.
yeah,
But I really liked it.
yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like pizza. The Insidious films are like pizza. You love pizza, okay? But pizza is pizza, and you know it's going to be pretty good for the most part.
Yeah.
So it's hard to rank it like best pizza I've ever had versus like worst pizza I ever had, because it's
Yeah.
still pizza. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay. So
I felt like with this one, I do feel like the script was a weak point in this one,
yeah,
and I actually did go back and forth between possibly this one being my least favorite. Right?
yeah,
Um, the script is a mess. It's really not interesting in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, I also have a serious problem. You and I have talked about before. Privately about how much we liked the jump scares in the
Mm-hmm.
Insidious franchise.
Yeah,
I think they have been some of the best jump scares in horror. Right?
yeah,
Just be the way they set them up and then deliver them, but in a way that completely subverts expectations.
yeah,
The jump scares in this one, and it's possibly this is down to Patrick Wilson, being new at this, which I still think he did a fantastic job.
yeah.
Um, but like all the jump scares in this movie, they are 100% loud noises,
There
right?
there was there was one. There was one good jump scare, I would have to say, in this film. And
So I do think there was one, and for me, it was one that was closer to the beginning.
yes, yes,
Okay,
I agree. Yeah.
so we're probably thinking of the same one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but that was still a loud noise, right? But it did get me, right? um, but no, like they're all of them. I feel like it was just that I felt like that's all it was, and so for the rest of the movie, I'm just like, okay, here comes a jump scare, but it's just going to be a loud noise, and
Yeah.
I tended to be right, and they didn't need to be because a lot of them were really great with really great setups,
Yeah.
and like it could have been scary without the loud banging sound, but whatever. I don't know. I'm with you. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Um, it would be dishonest to say that I wasn't at least mildly disappointed with it.
Yeah.
But
I'm sitting here thinking more about my rankings, and I'm going like, man, 4 was really good.
yeah,
4 was a great movie.
yeah, I
So
really liked
I may
4.
have to say 1, 4, 3, 2, 5. 1, 4,
Which is
3,
which
2,
is
5. We just switched the last two.
oh yeah, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah,
So that would be my take on it.
yeah. And I mean, I'm interested to see what Patrick Wilson does in the future.
Yeah.
I am kind of bummed that they seem to be closing the book on the Insidious franchise as a whole, at least temporarily. And Jason Blum says this, but I swear I heard that they were doing that. There was a 6 in
I heard that
development.
there's at least 2 more even while I was walking out of the theater.
Yeah,
I heard
yeah,
someone else saying that they said, well, there's going to be 2 more at least.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's because like there's been information on who is directing the 6th one, and then kind of the one that I guess is more official is the one that's in pre-production is Threads, an Insidious tale, so it's a spinoff.
Okay.
And I don't know the plot's under wraps on that one, so we don't know how it ties in or anything. But other than that, I mean, Blumhouse has said this franchise is going to rest for a while, and if in 10 years somebody has an idea, then so be it.
I can't be that long. Can't
I
be
know,
that
right?
long.
I know, right?
Come on,
I think that would be a shame.
You guys
It would
gotta
be a
make it
shame.
quicker. You guys gotta do something quicker than that.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what you guys think. Did you guys go check it out, or have you guys watched any of the Insidious films? Yeah. Let us know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I know I'm subscribed. Are you subscribed, Shane?
I am subscribed to us.
I think you are. You are subscribed to us. Sometimes you even show up to this thing. And then sometimes I do. So, yeah. Hey, what do you guys think of the new studio? Check it out. Leave that down in the comments down below too. Yeah,
fancy with those burning candles in the back and everything.
Yeah. Let's hope nothing catches on fire. But yeah, you guys can also write in any films that you guys think that we should be checking out. Write it in to castersofhorror@gmail.com. If you guys have any comments or anything that you guys want to put in there, just privately, feel free to do so, because we like to read those things every once in a while. Yep. Also, make sure that you guys are keeping informed with the SAG-AFTRA strike that is going on right now. The actors and writers strike. This is affecting a lot of our friends. Yeah. And this will end up possibly even affecting what we do here in the future. Yes. So make sure you guys are informed. Make sure you guys share. There's a lot of dirty deeds being done, and not for dirt cheap either. Yeah. So somebody's making a lot of money, and it's not the people who you think it is. So anyway, make sure you guys are informed. Make sure you guys are sharing the information that is coming out. Anyway, check out our pages, because we've been sharing some of the new stuff that's been coming out as it can. So anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, well, too bad. But yeah, so until next week, I'm Chris Mess.
I'm Shane, and we'll see you.
Get the hell out of here. We'll see you guys.